Hello, fellow YouTube community, some of which of you are guitar pedal enthusiasts, meaning you like pedals, such as the Harley Benton AC Tone. The Harley Benton AC Tone, well, no, that's way too... Hello, I'm Henning Pauli and I'm very straight and I have to tell you about the pedal. No, we're guitarists, we're kind of trying to be loose. So, dem shits is cool. My name is Henning Pauli. I'm going to show you the Harley Benton AC Tone pedal. It's late, I'm not concentrating. This pedal can be used in front of an amp. It can be used as a direct recording device, which is way cool. All of this for $29.90, which is ridiculous. So thinking about buying it's completely out of the question because you just have to. It's 30 bucks. I'm actually going to use a company name. This thing is a Vox. It's trying to do a Vox. AC, it's a Vox, period. We all know that. What is characteristic of the Vox tone? It's very hollow in the mids. It's the other clean sound. Pork's the other white meat. Vox is the other clean sound. It's not full and rich in the middle. It's kind of empty and hollow. It has a lot of high end, so you gotta be careful with the Vox. I see a lot of guitar players playing Tallys with Vox. That's dangerous. Tally bites, it's got high end, and the Vox has that too. So you gotta be careful with that combination. I see that a lot, I don't quite know why. So, setup. This time no PRS, kinda weird. Music Man Steve Moore's signature. It's kind of a beefed up Tally, but a little bit warmer. You can kind of see that it's a Tally because the single coil is set as far back as it possibly can. No body shapings. Kind of half a baseball bat for a neck. Beautiful guitar. It's got Steve Moore's DiMaggio somethings in it. 5-way selector. Beautiful bird's eye maple neck. We're going, as most of the time, through a La Boga Alligator 50 Twin. Very nice clean sound, very beautiful amp. Clean sound will sound like this. If you don't know why that's important, what the clean sound sounds like, please look at my video entitled 5 amps and 3 Harley Benton pedals, something amp comparison. You see a huge difference in how an amp sound can color what the pedal will do. Your amp needs to sound right. It needs to be a full, nice, clean sound, not too much high end, not too much bottom end, and the Alligator gives me this. It is running through a Hot Rod 50 cab in the basement. It's in an ISO box. Very nice 112. Mic with a Sennheiser E606 mic going into a Universal Audio 710D preamp. I'm pretty sure that's all you need to do. Once in a while, like when I play solo sound or something, I add some delay, which is usually Universal Audio space delay, RE201, or some reverb, which will probably come from some kind of TC System 6000 reverb. So, we're gonna start with clean. As clean as it goes. Give me a second here. So, which is actually with all the pedals. The further, write me on that. You go to the left, the more empty it will be in the mids, so meaning the cleaner it also will sound, the more hollow. The more you go to the right, the thicker your sound will get, therefore it will also drive the pedal more and there is more drive. So anything you do with the voice knob, which is kind of supposed to give you different eras of amps or different models from the same company and all those TrueTone pedals, you have to adjust the EQ and the gain setting. You can't just like go, okay, now it sounds fine. You have to twiddle with these things. So down here, drive low should kind of give us a clean sound. But we just had a clean sound. Why do we need another clean sound? It's a different clean sound. Check this out. Notice how it's emptier, hollower. Okay? I have no idea what I'm playing. So as I crank up the voice knob, gets more distorted. So I back off the drive. Very piercing, very biting, so don't do this. Unless you really like it. Very dangerous. So, as I crank up the voice knob, there's more gain. So let's roll it back again and give it more drive in that setting. Very chunky, but hollow in the middle. Yes, this thing can rock. Little history. Richie Blackmore, Deep Purple, actually used to have an AC30 Vox in the back of one of his Marshall 412 cabs. He actually had it hollowed out, there were no speakers in there, and from the front you were seeing Marshall, 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 and then in the back there was actually an AC30, which he added into his Marshall sound to give it more bite, and it was actually a mix of the Marshall and the AC30. Very, very famous AC30, or a Vox tone in general, Brian May. Singing lead sound, we're gonna get to that. Kind of the shuffled version. So, as always, the EQ section is very flexible on these things. The mid knob is voiced to suit the amp's characteristic. So, with an amp that is hollow anyway, going empty on the mids is kind of weird. If you want to replace the bass player in your band and don't be heard at all, that's what you gotta do. It gets really nice and warm in the mids. Kinda gets noisy when you crank everything up. You know what? Same thing with an amp. You crank everything up, it gets noisy. Cause it goes to 11. Where are we going? We're gonna do a nice kind of clean setup here. And just play through a backing track. Where we'll try to accompany, if I even remember the chords. Let's see where we are. Here we go. So, now on to a distorted sound. That was really horrible. Well, there's some good stuff in there. So, I think what we're going to do now is plug this thing in directly to see what it sounds like straight into the computer. And this is actually how fast that goes. This is straight... Ooh, gotta turn the effect off. Whoops. This is straight into the computer now. Just the guitar through the preamp. The mic preamp, that is. And we're gonna get all this back to clean. Now, how nice would it be to have a pedal for $29.90 that you can just plug in to your audio interface and have a decent clean sound with a semi-decent cabinet emulation? Let's see, I've never done this, if it works. To be honest, not that convincing for me. Wait, how much was it again? Exactly. It's not great for direct recording. Especially with the high end that the Vox Type of tone has, that's where you hear that a speaker's missing to round it off. Kind of gets really brittle up there and kind of digital, which this thing really isn't. So it's not for my taste. On the other hand, you're on the road with a laptop, or you're in a practice room, you're going to a rehearsal, and you've got this in your gig bag, plug it in straight into the board. Hey, halfway decent guitar sound, better than lugging a big ass amp around. So, for the price, completely unbeatable. Nice, slightly distorted, crunchy stuff, very nice lead tone, really gotta say that. With the EQ on it, very flexible. If this was $400, I'd say I'd rather get like a 5 watt or 10 watt amp and see what the amp can do. If this was $200, I'd say not bad, decent, could really give me the direction of the Vox with my amp, why not? If this was $100, I'd say pretty good deal. Now, how much was it again? What did you say? What? How much is that? Exactly. Good night.